What is HIIT? High intensity interval training.
Okay, that's what the letters stand for. But what actually is it?
HIIT has been around for quite a few years. It became most popular around the 90s with a guy named Tabata. You might have heard of Tabata workouts. And they consist of 20 seconds on, like giving it your all, and 10 seconds off, and you repeat this for around 8 times. So with HIIT, it's really important to be specific because, to be completely honest, you are going to be giving it so much more if you know that the intensity of that set is 10 seconds. You do have some internal governor in your body that is pacing you a little bit. So true HIIT workouts don't last longer than 10-15 minutes. But that's what I like to do. I like to blow out as much as I can for 30 seconds and then another 30 seconds of slow cycling. HIIT has been proven to really increase our cardiovascular endurance because it pushes us and increases our VO2 max, the amount of oxygen you can use during intense maximal exercise. And studies have shown that this greatly improves if you incorporate HIIT workouts into your routine.
The benefits of HIIT training in increasing VO2 max seem to be most substantial in studies using obese patients or type 2 diabetics compared to them doing steady-state cardio.
So why would you care about your VO2 max? Well, obviously, the better your VO2 max, the longer and harder you can work out during intense periods of exercise. And that's always good. It means you're going to be out of breath less. It means that if you ever decide to run a marathon, you're more likely to accomplish it and accomplish it at a faster pace. That's my own personal goal, hence why I've just added it in. But this can apply to many other aspects of your life. The obvious benefit of HIIT is obviously the fact that it takes such a short amount of time and it's very efficient. Studies show that it burns around the same amount of calories as long steady cardio. The thing is, if you're like me, you quite enjoy those kind of well-paced runs where you're listening to a podcast for an hour or 2 hours. I'm not saying to stop those, I still carry on with those. If you do enjoy something, you're more likely to stick at it. Simples. But I do inject a few HIIT sessions throughout my month, perhaps about 2, so not that much. If you are busier and just have less time to work out, then of course I think HIIT is a really great way of doing things because you tend to see similar benefits as you would in long steady cardio. Now, one benefit that I can't relate to at all, but is very obvious, is if you're just a person who doesn't like to exercise, who just dreads the thought of going to the gym or going outside for a run, then HIIT may be for you because HIIT is high intensity and it may feel awful, like you're dying in the middle of it because you're sweating buckets, but you know it's going to end soon. You know it's not going to take a long amount of time. Now, you've seen that personally I like to use my cycling bike that I have at home to do HIIT. A great benefit to HIIT is that you don't particularly need equipment. So you can do these sprints, not necessarily on an indoor bike if you don't have one, but you can do them running outside. You can also do exercises like jumping jacks as your intense part of the HIIT, or kettlebell swings, picking something heavy you have in your house, as long as you're working at max capacity for you during that time. So we're looking at heart rate between 85 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. Now, I say this, but I have a wearable, a Fitbit, and it's one of the Fitbits that don't track the heart rate. Or I think it does, but I don't have it on because it has this like little laser that it puts on your wrist and it was hurting me. So I actually don't track my heart rate, but you're roughly going to be aiming for 85 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. And I think most people now have some type of wearable like Apple Watch or Whoop or Garmin that does this for you. This is a benefit we don't really speak much about with HIIT, but I really like the fact that it gives me the ability to mix things up. You guys haven't seen any footage of me basically on my indoor bike that you always see behind me. Finally, the bike gets a mention because I don't really cycle that much, is the truth. And so it's been really nice to change things up with HIIT, and instead of just doing interval training as in 30 seconds sprinting, 30 seconds off, or trying to run as fast as I can for 1 kilometer off, it's been really nice to use an exercise bike at home. If you are a person that gets a bit bored with their workouts, with their routine and everything, then HIIT is just really lovely because it is so versatile in that way. Excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or EPOC. It has been proven that doing HIIT workouts can improve your EPOC. Sounds like Ewok, like something from Star Wars, I don't know. And this is really great because essentially it means you're going to be burning more calories. And so if you just don't have time, then perhaps you do have 10-15 minutes to do some HIIT workouts. So you're getting the same benefit of burning the same amount of calories you would be during some steady state cardio, but it's taking a far shorter time. And so, benefits all round. This is anecdotal, as in how I prefer to train HIIT. And one of the ways you know that you're doing HIIT properly is if you literally feel like you're going to die. No exaggeration. Now, the reason I say this, it does feel quite almost controversial saying this, like we're way past the point of like pushing people until they're going to vomit. But this is me pushing myself. And like I said, I only do HIIT 2 times a month, maybe 3 if that, and they're for like 15-20 minute sessions. So we're talking about half an hour, 45 minutes altogether in the space of a month, obviously on top of all the other things I do. But during those times, I want to make sure I'm getting the maximal benefit of what HIIT can give me. You're doing it right if during the intense parts you are literally like on the verge of vomiting. This is why I think that HIIT does come with a bit of a warning and has been given a bad rep recently, because it does put such a big load on the nervous system, and it is so intense that it can give you feelings of nausea. HIIT is super taxing on the body precisely because it's so intense. If you are working out and doing HIIT, you should only be doing HIIT that day. So as you know, I do, running, gymnastics, calisthenics, ice skating, long walks. I do so many things that if I am going to do HIIT, I don't have any other exercise routines, or I don't go to the gym that day at all. It can sometimes give the illusion that this is a fix-all thing. Hey, 5 minutes of exercise 1 time a week and you can lose 2 stone and get abs. Hey! And we all know what the truth is. It's far more boring than that, unfortunately. It's just move more, eat less. It has got this kind of like bad branding recently because it was overused in the fitness world as this kind of fix-all thing, especially for people who wanted to lose weight. So there you go. There's a little insight. Hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe if you have, and I will see you on the next one. Do you know what? This has now become my favourite recording place.